Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. This week, the Trump administration revealed its proposal to overhaul America's immigration system. The proposal would not by itself build the often promised wall on our southern border, nor would it cut current levels of immigration, despite the fact that most Americans would like to see that happen. The one big thing the administration's proposal would do is give priority to immigrants who might actually help America, skilled workers with English proficiency. It's hard to see an argument against a system like that. There isn't really an argument against that system. For years, Democrats have argued that immigrants make vital additions to our economy. They're smarter than we are. They're harder working. They do better in school. They found more companies. Well, the president has decided to take Democrats at their word. He says he wants all of those good things that immigrants bring. Watch.
We want immigrants coming in. We cherish the open door that we want to create for our country. But a big proportion of those immigrants must come in through merit and skill.
Well, much of the world would move here if they could, hundreds and hundreds of millions of people. So why wouldn't we pick the absolute best? Immigrants with skills and English would fit in better here. Their kids would do better in school. They'd be more likely to contribute to social programs instead of draining them. So are Democrats rejoicing in this change? Of course not. They're outraged. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi spoke for the party when she declared that really merit is a bad word because everybody has merit.
I want to just say something about the word that they use, merit. It is really a condescending word. Are they saying family is without merit? Are they saying most of the people who have ever come to the United States in the history of our country are without merit because they don't have an engineering degree? Certainly we want to attract the best in our country, to our country, and that includes many people from many parts of society.
What a shame we can't staff the Democratic caucus in the Congress using the same criteria the Speaker would like to fill our country. We want to attract the best from many parts of the world, she says, but of course by that Pelosi doesn't mean what she says. She means just the opposite, because what exactly is best about immigrants who have criminal records or middle school educations or no ability to hold a job? The answer is there's nothing best about that. Immigrants like that might be nice people, but they're much more likely to burden the United States than to benefit, at least economically. Harvard doesn't admit students who can't speak English. It says so right on their website. So why should our country? The left doesn't want to answer questions like that or even have the conversation. Shut up, racist! Instead, they just declare that the current system is great. No evidence necessary. Watch this former Obama official make her fact-free case on MSNBC yesterday.
What's less obvious is that medium and even the least skilled immigrants also contribute to the U.S. economy. They come in and they do different things from natives, and they allow everyone to specialize more in what they're doing best. It's that contribution of the unskilled immigrants that I think people overlook when they really push the so-called merit-based, or as it's called in other countries, the points system.
So what Professor Hunt and so many on the left, including the Speaker of the House, are arguing for is a feudal system where foreign-born worker bees toil to support a smug and pampered managerial class, of which they, of course, are part. There's no other explanation for our current policies. We don't need more low-skilled workers in the United States. We have plenty of low-skilled workers. Their unemployment rate is higher than the national average. Their wage growth has been abysmal for decades, generations. So how do those workers benefit from having more competition? Of course they don't. How does the country benefit by having more low-skilled workers when technological changes may soon render millions of them permanently jobless? The answer, of course, is that we won't benefit. But for the left, whether the country benefits is not the point. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, herself a symbol of America's failed immigration system, if there ever was one, someone who hates this country, coming here at public expense, spent yesterday demanding the abolition of ICE, the decriminalization of illegal immigration itself, and an end to all deportation programs. She demands open borders, the unlimited arrival of anyone who wants to come to America, whether they have anything to contribute or not. And by the way, you get to pay for it. And if you don't want to, you're a bigot. Well, you know what this is really about. Of course, it's not about civil rights. That's a joke. It's about money and power, their money, their power. The left has aligned with business interests that profit from cheap, obedient workers. Low-skilled immigrants have a harder time assimilating into the American mainstream. They stay poorer. They learn English more slowly. They're more likely to remain an ethnic underclass, all of which makes them much more likely to vote Democratic long term. That's the point, obviously. Skilled immigrants might assimilate and become less reliable Democratic voters. They might even compete with the children of our ruling class. That's not allowed. It's safer to import serfs, and that's exactly what they're doing. Don't let them tell you it's about civil rights. It's not. It's about their convenience and their power.
Democrats doing Olympic-level flip-flops on immigration. President Trump introduced a merit-based immigration plan, but the Democrats are misleading the country on a border crisis that desperately needs fixing. And now this, the Democrats did sound like Trump before Trump became president. Democrats demanded a crackdown on the border. Here's Nancy Pelosi ripping into the president's plan yesterday.
I want to just say something about the word that they use, merit. It is really a condescending word. Are they saying family is without merit? Are they saying most of the people who have ever come to the United States in the history of our country are without merit?
But it's Nancy Pelosi who is the biggest flip-flopper of all. Nancy Pelosi supported merit-based immigration. She demanded Democrats crack down on the border back in 2013. Pelosi urged House Democrats to vote yes for the exact same immigration reform agenda the president now wants, a merit-based system. Also, stop family chain migration. That's what the Democrats were for 6 years ago. Also, stop the visa lottery. Joining me now is former Republican Governor of Wisconsin, Scott Walker. Governor, your take on that?
Yeah, it's simple. Three things have changed. The words are simple. President Donald Trump. There's no other reason why Pelosi and Schumer and all the rest of the Democrats are hypocrites in this are out there saying what they're saying after, as you said, they pushed for this years ago. It just makes sense. We want makers, not takers in America. We want people at a time when we've got a healthy economy, the lowest unemployment rate we've had in 50 years, thanks to Donald Trump's tax cuts and other good policies. We want to make sure we have people that can come in. But when times are tough, like they were 7, 8, 9 years ago, we want to make sure we got an immigration system that dials down a little bit. And it should go back and forth depending on the merit, just like we did all throughout our history in the past.
Here's Nancy Pelosi demanding that Democrats must, quote, reaffirm our values, advance our ideals, honor our history as a nation of immigrants. Pelosi went on to cheer the 52 Senate Democrats who voted for immigration reform, including merit-based immigration, saying, quote, the Senate moved our country one step closer to achieving common sense reform that reflects our heritage and makes America more American. I mean, this is pretty brazen hypocrisy. Can the country believe anything the Democrats say now? Our border is in trouble, period. And they are AWOL hypocrites. Now, not all immigrants are just takers. A lot of immigrants do work hard. But, but the point being is that Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Bernie Sanders, 52 Senate Democrats all wanted what Trump wants now.
Oh, right down
Illegal immigration is wrong, plain and simple. Until the American people are convinced that we will stop future flows of illegal immigration, we will make no progress on dealing with the millions of illegal immigrants who are here now.
Sorry, Governor, that was Chuck Schumer back in 2009. Governor, your reaction to Chuck Schumer?
Over and over again. Yeah, I mean, a decade ago, he thought border security was a big issue. 6 years ago, he and 51 other Senate Democrats voted for this. Nancy Pelosi asked House members, her Democrats as well as others, to vote for a package that include this. They were for it before they were against it, and the only reason they're against it is because Donald Trump is for it.
But why should voters listen to anything that these top Democrats say when they are brazenly flip-flopping and the Border Patrol is saying, we're in crisis, we need help, and no Democrat has ever sat down to talk to them? Why should any voter believe anything the Democrats have to say now? There's a serious credibility crisis when they do things like this. They were for exactly what the president wants now, 6 years ago. And now they're trying to rip into the president for the same agenda they wanted. I think the American people see right through this, Governor.
I think they really do. And I think they see it every step of the way. They're going to try and stop this president from moving forward common sense ideas that Americans are for, not just today, but you think back to Ellis Island, that's exactly what Ellis Island was. I think about my ancestors, my family, and so many other Americans out there. We had people come to America. They had to make sure they had enough money to get up and going so they wouldn't be wards of the state, that they had a job, an opportunity. That's exactly what we want. If people want to come to America and they want to live the American dream by working, we want to have people at a time when we've got record number of jobs available, and we've got higher wages and great opportunities. Again, thanks to the policies of this president that people like Pelosi and Schumer are trying to dismantle. The American public needs to see through this, and I believe in states like Wisconsin they're going to do just that.